Hello, this is the final video project for the online faculty training class. I'm Carol Harding, and I want to give a brief introduction and then talk about the takeaways from the course, how my view of the student and the instructor has changed because of the course, and then give a brief synopsis of the research I did and the course materials, reactions to the course materials. The takeaways, I felt like there were three important takeaways for me. First of all, the three avenues of communication. And each of these, of course, could be a video on its own, but I'm going to just quickly mention them here. The student-to-student interaction, the student-to-instructor interaction, and the student-to-contact. I guess what I would say is that the course brought these alive. And reading the research and looking at the course materials and understanding more about the importance of each aspect came away from the course for me. Then the importance of the infrastructure. I felt like reading the faculty manual, reading the student manual was so important that the expectations then are very clear, and the requirements are clear for both the instructor and the student. And I've got to admit, I've been teaching online probably since 2004 and have not really in depth taken a look at those before. So the course was important from that aspect for me. And then second, the course design, realizing how important the actual activities in the course are and the requirements, the expectations being made clear. Again, that was something that came alive because of the course. And then the learning management system, the Blackboard, and having the ITS department available and helpful. I think that was another thing that came alive. As a student in this course, I needed to depend on ITS several times. I was in communication with Andrew several times to figure things out, and I needed it right away. So this came alive to me. The third takeaway from the course, I did have an aha moment. I was in the library at Mount Vernon, Nazarene, and my husband and I are very fortunate to live here in Mount Vernon, where we are close to two different college libraries, Mount Vernon Nazarene and Kenyon College. So we're very grateful for that. And so I did have an aha moment. One of the ways I like to study is to just grab the current periodicals and journals off the shelf. And so I did that, and as I was reading, and this will take me into the view of the student section and how it's different now as before. As a teacher and coach, physical education teacher and coach, I was very ingrained with teaching the whole student. And I was very fortunate to take, when I was a professor at Wheaton, the Faith and Learning Integration course from Dr. Holmes. And we were paid a stipend in the 70s of $500 to take that, which is a very good idea, I think. But anyway, so the whole student was definitely emphasized from the very beginning of my teaching career. But my aha moment had to do with how important the emotional aspect is in learning and the interaction of the emotions with the other aspects of an individual. The way I like to study or be in a library is just to grab many of the current periodicals and journals off the shelf and sit down with them and open them up and just see what is current. And as I did that this time, every journal, every periodical had an article about, or a study about, emotions and how it interacts with learning. And I sat there and went, that is why I have loved teaching. That is the main reward for me, is when I connect with a student on an emotional level. And as I have processed that further, I have realized that there are times when I underestimate the importance of the cognitive aspect of the course and the student-to-content interaction. So that was definitely very important, and I came away from the course with a a new appreciation for why I have loved teaching all these years, but also seeing there's an area that I need to continue to improve on. I think our text, the Lehman and Conseco text of the concept of being there and being together, emphasized not only the instructor interaction with the student, but also the social aspect of the course. And I appreciated that in our course of being in touch with Andrew and Tim and Jessica and Eric and getting to know each one better. That was in our interaction, both in the discussion board and then working the paper with Eric, was a very important aspect of the course. Croxton, Rebecca Croxton in the Journal of Online Learning and Teaching said one of the greatest predictors of student satisfaction is the prevalence, quality, and timeliness of student-instructor communication. So I have known that before, but it again came alive to me, how important the timeliness is, the feedback, and that I really need to be concerned about how the student is processing the course, that their satisfaction is an important factor. I think as a professor, I have usually thought, well, they just need to do the work as a student, and I'll do my part, but I see that my part is more crucial now to what they actually come away from the course with. So that was important. I thought too, in our reading on the integrity and honesty in a course from Patricia McGee, there was, she noted a study on transactional distance in online courses, where the further apart the students are from the instructor, the more likely there is to be misunderstanding, unclear communication, and isolated students who feel disconnected from the course. And I can definitely see that. The other thing that was mentioned by her, she cited another study that talked about the fact that instructor presence may be a factor in the frequency and the determination to cheat. And I had never connected my presence on the course with students and their determination to cheat. So I thought that was very interesting. As far as other research that I came into contact with, getting me back in the library and in the academic setting was very important. I've been able, as a retired person, to not be as involved there as I probably should be, so that was good. Interesting concepts, web camp. One article I read was about the coming together of professionals, education professionals, at an institution in a room for a week, and having the IT person right there. And the summer web camp was to design new courses, and the winter web camp was to improve existing courses. And I thought that'd be very stimulating, to be in a room with other professors, all working together, either to design a new course or to talk about what they want to do to improve their courses. So I thought that was really good. The massive online data that's some larger schools are going to buy into now, that will embed prompts for their students. If they feel that students need help at certain times, these can be embedded and prompts can be given to students, and also embedding helps for them as far as time management or other areas that might improve their overall ability to be a student. So I was very challenged by the course. I enjoyed a lot of it. The technical aspect of it still is very challenging, but I met a couple people, students at the NAS, and had some fun as I met them and as they helped me, and I appreciated that very much. So Andrew, thank you for the instruction, and it's been a good experience for me to do this, and I hope it will improve my ability as being an instructor at Moody Distance Learning. God has blessed me tremendously, and I hope to be able to pass that blessing on to others. Thank you very much.